Hello, and this is King here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. So I'm going to pull a couple shards and then I'm going to go into arena and try and smash out some arena. Give you a bit of an idea of how bombs are still so useful, and with this new fusion champion that everyone's going to be getting. So he's got bombs, which is going to be great for arena, but he is a PVM champion. So I'll just show you again how bombs can really be utilized there. Now before we get into the arena, I'll just pull some shards, and before we get into that, I got a few souls here. As you can tell, I would really love some of these Void Champions that I got souls for, but we'll see what happens. And I've only got 20, I don't have a lot of shards, and we'll just do a quick little double pull, see if we can get some luck into us. Wow, just consistent rares. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? We're gonna get 10 rares. Yeah. Wow, that's terrible. Alright, we'll try that one more time. 10, 11, 12. Hey, we finally got an epic. 2 boring epics. And I'd say that's it. Just a bunch of rare food. How terrible. Well, that was definitely underwhelming. So let's get back into the arena. So here with arena, I think I've showed you the teams that I used before, but we'll just get into it again. So I do have a new team though. So we've got this team here, the double tap team. It's really good for people that have Leorius and champions like that with that unkillable, because Rotos can come in and just absolutely smack and destroy it. I've got my total combustion team. So this here uses provoke for 2 turns, so that way I can run through my double bomb cycle. Then we've got the demolition crew. This is really good for CC teams like Torment teams, because Rio Bonespear comes in with the cleanse and also a pretty good heal if you're going up against a hegemon. Then I got my bombastic team, which is just Guys, Gleeful and Launches are smashing out a bunch of bombs, so everybody just completely, is decimated. And all my teams here are using Kaimar for his sleep, so when I come against Foley I need to use speed boosters. So I've got Arbiter after Lady Kimmy. I used to have Seeker in there. Not sure why I've taken Seeker out, because that extra speed really helps going from Kimmy to Arbiter to Seeker to Lord Shazar. But yeah, that's interesting. Then we got my Death team. So this is very similar to that first team with the double tap, but instead of Rotos I'm using Genbo. So pretty cool fun team. And then as for my 3v3 teams, I got just like a little mix here with the Arbiter Genbo, Arbiter Genbo and Arbiter Genbo. So that's like one team. This here's the other team, my Go Second team, which is a Mithrala, Rhyme the Conjurer, Geist the Gleeful and a Vogoth. So that's a really good Go Second team. Guys could do a lot more resistance, but it's what it is. So we'll run in with the Total Combust team. This is pretty much my go-to team. There's not many teams that I've faced that can beat this team, unless they get some sort of good RNG with certain passives and stuff like that. Yeah, like I think one team I did get beaten by was a Rotos team, and they had Rotos protected with what's his name, that Void Legendary guy that protects champions. I forgot his name. Is there any of them here? Here we go, Necrot the Great. So it was a Necrot the Great protecting a Rotos, and Necrot the Great was in a protection set, so the block debuffs got protected, and then I couldn't strip it, and then Rotos got like 5 turns in a row and just completely destroyed me. But then I ran that team again and it succeeded, so it's a bit of an interesting sort of RNG with the arena, but bombs generally do manage to keep everything all good. As you can see, I got messed up here because of that champion's passive, where he just unleashes that insane damage dealer when people die. So this here will be a big fat loss. But in saying that, I could run a different team and probably win this. So against this team here, a really good team would be the Bombastic. And look at that, Lady Kimmy finishing me off. So I did manage to get a victory in 42 seconds. Wow, I'm generally surprised about that. Kimmy coming in with that magic 30k damage against Hefrak. Wow, that was pretty cool. I did not see that coming. That's the team I would usually use my Bombastic team against, but yeah, that was definitely worth it. That was so cool. Toodaloo, Hefrak, you just got killed by Lady Kimmy. Yeah, it's a very fun thing to watch Arena, but it can get tedious at times, especially when you're aiming for a goal that just seems so far away, like with your great great hall and all of that sort of stuff. But even because we get 2 goes with Lord Shazar thanks to Kaimar's reset, even against Magic Affinity teams, he seems to go well. Like, even if he doesn't land any bombs, he still seems to put out a decent chunk of damage. Just look at this, a nice empowered team. So this main team that I use, if I go against someone faster than me, it can pretty well destroy me. If I go against a Mithrala, I'm fine. I got that much accuracy and then an increased accuracy from Lady Kimmy. Mithrala's not much of a threat, especially not in Gold 5. Maybe in higher end Platinum, maybe it would be, but in Gold 5, with my increased accuracy, I think I'm running nearly 1200 accuracy, or no, not quite that much. Maybe just over 1,000. Oh, unless I recently changed my builds. I think my champion's on around 600 accuracy now, so I'm only up to about 900 accuracy. Okay. Yeah, because I used to be running around 700 to 800 accuracy, but I figured I wanted more speed, more damage, etc, etc. But even then, like, Lord Shazar with his AoE hit, it still does a ton of damage, even without the bombs. Like, he done a 95k damage there, and most of that was just from his hit. As you can see, that was a pretty weak team, because even my Umbra and my Kaimar done tons of damage. But his hit can actually be quite useful. So we'll go against this team here, which is that Mithrala I was talking about just a minute ago. And we'll see how we go in terms of the accuracy check, because she has absolutely insane resistance. So I got the Sleep with Karma, I got the Provoke with Umbral, and I'll definitely get the bombs with Lord Shazar. I think Lord Shazar has the highest accuracy out of all of my champions, because I was able to lower his damage, because I'm getting 4 bombs off anyway. Realistically 2, but quite often, more often than not, I'm getting 4 bombs with him. So even if his bombs only do 30k or 25k damage, that's still more health than any champion's going to be running. Even with a shield, he would destroy it. So this is a Leorius. Interesting thing that I've found with a few Leorius teams is that people put buffs on him. Now, that's sort of fine and everything. I'll show you my double tap or death team. I'll show you my double tap team, because it is... no, we'll go death. Death safety. Death's easier. It's a better team than my Rotos team. So keep it off auto if it loads. Will it ever load though? Oh yeah, so what I was saying. Leorius teams are often fine. They have buffs on Leorius, whether it's with life sets or something like that. And it really just harms the chances, because I come in with Lady Kimmy. She does a buff strip and then she places block buffs on them. So doing that, it just absolutely ruins his passive, because he can't put unkillable on himself because block buffs is out. So Lady Kimmy is as much as an answer to Leorius as any ignore unkillable team. Of course, you can also use a champion reset, because then, you know, his ability will be on cooldown, so you won't have the opportunity. Now this team was built right. Often you find a lot of teams, they put like a life set on him to go, oh yeah, a bit of shield will help. But with Lady Kimmy's A3, she will strip it, place a block buffs, and then he's ruined. So it is quite interesting. But nevertheless, this team here will do just fine. I will just cycle my abilities, get my bombs out. I could just probably go for a smack here. Definitely kill Leorius. Oh, it didn't kill Leorius. I should have went with the A1 double turn on Leorius. But is what it is. I'll kill everyone. Then Leorius will kill all of my guys. And I'm so confused what happened. Did I get a block buffs on him, or was his ability not on cooldown? I have no idea what happened there. Maybe watch it back on replay and figure it out for me and let me know in the comments. That confused me. How did he die? Yeah, right. I was expecting him to wipe my team except for Gembo because he's in a swift parry set. And he had unkillable on. Okay, that confused me. I should have just reset and fought that team again. Ooh, this one looks like a real hard team. Real hard team. Get my Rotos out to destroy her. Now, the thing about my Rotos is that his build is absolutely insane. But he is crazy slow. Absolutely crazy slow. I think Kaimar gets a second turn before Rotos gets his first turn. But thanks to Kaimar's reset ability having a turn meter increase, it never is a problem. He never gets interrupted. So which is pretty awesome. So we'll go through here, get his bombs out. I'll get Rotos to... So yeah, so Karma gets his reset, and then that puts Rotos in. After Kimmy. Wow. So you can take out him. Do a little bit of damage to her. Wow, that is a tanky Siffy. Very, very tanky. But no problem to worry about. So yeah, it's a fun team. So I'll just get into this fight here. I'll go with my Demolition Crew, which is my Rio Bone Spear, my full auto. And then after this here, I'll show you my newer bomb team, which I didn't have when I done my last arena video. Oh wow, what's happened here? Everything's gone wrong. Did Kaimar go before Rio, or what, did Rio get a fear? I think Rio got a fear from Lydia. Ah, that's interesting. Huh. Let's just try that again. I'm confused what happened. We'll take it off auto and see what happens there. Maybe it was just an RNG factor, but I think what happened is that I done buffs, which put everyone here on freeze, and then Rio Bone Spear reflected the freeze, and then because I CC'd a champion, Lydia A1'd my Rio and put a fear on her. I think that's what happened, but we'll see if just with a little bit of manual we can do this no problems whatsoever. As you can see, if you lead off of Kimmy's A2, you don't really have much of a problem, if any. And that's an easy win now. So I like to take it off auto when Kaimar does his reset, just so I can make sure that Rio Bone Speed does her A2 on Tormund, just so we can really speed up. Because if he's frozen, he takes less damage. It just helps speed it all up. Obviously, I did slow this fight down, so it would have been a lot faster. I have a feeling that maybe on my auto, I have Kimmy's wrong ability going. I think that's what happened there. I think I have Kimmy leading in with her A3. She's supposed to lead in with her A2. There is no other CC team here. Alright, we'll go against a speed team, and I'll show you that Mithrala team. So this is Arbiter, Lysandra, should be pretty fast. So going with my Mithrala. So the cool thing about this team is that I do get quite a lot of accuracy thanks to Mithrala's aura. But yeah, so as you can see, everybody is they're all crazy buffed up and everything. So you can either go with Cleanse with Mithrala, or you can go with the increased attack, so then Gaius bombs do absolutely broken damage. And with the speed tune, I've got Riot going first, but for some reason she didn't. She is faster. Maybe I've accidentally stripped some gear from her and I didn't realize. Because if so, then that is a massive mistake. Because Ryan is meant to go before Gaius to Gleeful, and she does a big buff strip with Weaken, which allows the bombs to do so much more damage. Yeah, which really does make for a fun team, but let's see what happens here. I'm gonna get in. So yeah, she does her strip, her Weaken, and then Gaius does his bombs and sleep, and then everybody wakes up from one little bomby turn and everyone will die. I have no problems here because his bombs do crazy damage. Bus. We'll go with... we'll go with an extra turn. Kill Sandra, get an extra turn. Then we'll go for this guy. And we're all off to A nice happy win. So it's a go second team, but it only really works if you have actually the correct gear and speed tunes. Ryan, I think, is the perfect champion to pair with this team. You know, I've got her in an immunity set. Obviously, she would be better in a stone skin set, because that'll be damage mitigation and immune to debuffs. But I feel as if that with Vogoth's shield, he's got that bolster, I think it's called. The one that gives you the shield that is protected. So really good shield there. He's got about 100,000 HP. Interestingly enough, you hear a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, put this shield set on this champion, not this champion, blah blah blah. But when you get to about 100k HP, which if you go, you know, HP gloves, HP chest, HP boots, because that's all he's there for is the shield, you're going to get it. You're going to get to 100k pretty much no matter what champion you're running. If you only get to 99k, what's the difference? It's a 10% shield, so you're going to go from a 9,900 shield to a 10k shield, no difference really. So really good champion because of his passive as well. So yeah, generally solid there. But besides that, that's pretty well the team. Like with this team here again, I'll chuck in my total combustion team, and it'll just be the same story all over again. This is obviously a stall team, not an actual surprisingly team that would destroy me. It's just straight up a stall team. But we come in there, we get the provokes, we get the bombs, we get the reset, we get the bombs. Everybody dies, and the stall team all of a sudden becomes a really quick farm, because you don't have to worry about them taking turns on slowing the fight. So a 16-second kill on a stall team. It's one thing I really like to see, is how they just absolutely destroy. And the funny thing is that when you verse a team that isn't a stall team, quite often it takes a bit longer because they have good technique to go against you. So I think I'll do one more fight and then I'll cut the video, and I'll do that fight with my bombastic team, because seeing those bombs go off is just absolutely mental. I really want to go against this team, but I'm just worried about their speed, and they've got Valkyrie and all of that sort of stuff. So I go against this team. They look super tanky, so we should just do an absolute ton of damage, because that's what I want to show this team off, is just all the bombs tick off like absolute crazy. So we all get our turns, get some bombs, decrease their speed and accuracy, we get some bombs, we reset, we get some bombs, we get some bombs, we get some bombs. And I didn't even get around to more bombs, just absolutely destroys them. So that team was very weak. Alright, we'll try this team. If this team doesn't work against this is the team you definitely want to use, like that total combustion team, and just be manualing with a Rotos or something like that. But with this team here, you know, you got Magic Affinity, Gaius, Gleeful coming with the bombs. So it's just absolute mental damage. I do love this team. Look at this. No one can survive this damage. In reality, with Gaius there, I should have taken him off the, whatever you call it, the auto, and then just activate his A3 to kill Rotos, and that would have been a lot quicker farming, but easy as it, and just tons of damage. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video. I'll cut as much as I can out of it if I can, just to, you know, make it not so long. I do like to show off Arena. I do love to show off bombs in Arena. It is really fun. I have to be my most fun technique against Arena would definitely be bombs. If you want, I can go through and I'll show you my champions. Classic Arena. How did we go here? Several wins. Okay, still need to do a fair bit more farming to get that last reward. Right on. Alright, well, I'll show you some of the champion builds. I'm not a platinum person, so I don't really care about hiding my champion stats or anything. But basically, we've got Mithrala here, so she's on 551 accuracy, 279 resistance. With her passive, that puts her into about the 800 resistance range, I should say, which is pretty good. 248 speed, probably a little bit slow, but I really wanted her to be the similar speeds to Gaius and Ryan. I didn't want them to get separated too far, hence I went with that speed. Solid HP, solid defense, crit cap, a little bit of damage, really good champion for Hydra, and that's why I also have the Brimstone Blessing on her for Hydra, so then she can put out a ton of damage. Now I've got 2 Rio Bone Spears. So we got this one here. She is not for Arena, but my fast one most definitely is. So she's just coming in with tons of speed. So 318 speed, which is just crazy. I was able to get her up to that. I really wanted her to be in Guardian set. Having this Rio in Guardian set just makes the team really safe for against like double Hegemons and stuff like that. But it is what it is. This is I had to get her faster than Kaimar, and this is all I could do. I think I could probably drop her slower than Kaimar, especially if Kimmy leads in with her A2. But the problem with that is that if I do come against a Hegemon team, which is the only reason I'll slow it down, it just ruins the whole system. So unfortunately, that's what I go with. So she's still got nearly 4k defense, 45k HP, almost crit cap at 75%. Pretty much a nothing accuracy or resistance there. Just she's in there for speed and to survive. And the reason why, with the masteries, I've gone down and picked up Bulwark, which decreases the damage all allies receive by 5%. This damage will receive that instead, and I've also picked up Selfless Defender, so then she takes more damage from that first hit, and that really helps against Hegemons, and that's her purpose there. Otherwise, her support just went for some heals and a bit of Laura Steel to get some extra speed and whatnot, and that's her build there. Nice, simple and easy. She's just basically coming in with her A3, and that's the end of that. I've also got her on the cleansing banner and the reaction rings. That way she can take less damage chance, and then also has a chance to remove debuff if she happens to get a debuff. Now, why can I run her in this team without any sort of resistance or immunity? Thankfully to her passive. When receiving any debuffs, instantly transfers them from this champion to the attacker, which works great against Torments and everything in Arena. So she just solves the problem about not needing it. As for Mithrala, I didn't show her masteries. This is where I went down to Eagle Eye to pick up the extra accuracy, bit of defense, down to Laura Steel. Nothing too special, just very simple. I've seen a lot of different Mithrala masteries, and they're all excellent. It's quite surprising actually how you can build the same champion for the same purpose in so many different ways. It is very cool. If I remember, I'll try and find a couple screenshots of some of my clanmates who've got a Mithrala build, and they're pretty much going for the exact same build as you do with Mithrala, high accuracy to working with her resistance, high speed, and then high survivability. That's all she needs, and that's all she does. Yeah, very solid champion, one of the best in the game. If you don't do Hydra, just try and get the bottom chest in the normal difficulty as early as you can. Getting those Mithrala shards, they will really add up, and you will be so happy when you get her. 100% work hard to get Mithrala, that's all I can say. My Lord Chazar, so his mastery is also picking up Eagle Eye to get that extra accuracy. Going down here, what did I pick up? Critical damage, speed, and increases damage targets with debuffs on them. So nothing really there in the offensive set. I might have gone defensive. I don't think it really matters with him with what he's doing. Definitely went support, picked up as much accuracy, resets, and all of that sort of stuff. As for this, I got Intimidating Presence on him because I only use him in Arena. Got to have it on someone, at least he's got it on 2 stars. Give me a little bit extra speed with his crazy 32% speed in Arena Battles aura. He's running triple perception set, so he's dead slow. 179 speed, 655 accuracy, so I did drop his accuracy. It used to be in the 700s. 5.3k attack, crit cap. He does need crit cap. That's the one downfall with a Lord Shazar build, so you really need that crit cap. I got some super lucky pieces, which is specifically why I've built up bomb teams, because of the piece sets that I've got. So if we have a quick run through, we got his weapon there, which has triple speed and some critical rate and some accuracy. I think that's the set I took off. I think I had a triple accuracy roll, and I took off for a triple speed roll, just to bring his speed up a bit. Then we got this helmet, which has double critical rate, some speed, accuracy, and resistance. A triple critical rate on his shield with some speed and accuracy. On his gloves, I got an attack percentage with a triple critical rate. So this way, with all these lucky critical rate substats, I was able to put attack percentage on his gauntlets. That way I didn't have to worry about it. And I also managed to get accuracy in there as well. His chest, I was able to get an accuracy main stat, and then of course with some critical rate and some attack. And then his boots are also attack percentage with a double accuracy and a little bit of speed. And then as for his accessories, we've got a triple attack percentage roll on the substat. Unfortunately, that was my best attack ring. I think there might have been a slightly better one, but this one here, it has the 25% chance to change a critical hit into a normal hit when attacked before the first turn. So that has saved him quite a few times. Attack amulet, of course, to try and bring that attack up as high as it can with an accuracy roll. Unfortunately, only a 1. I would love a double or even a triple there. I do have those in like a critical damage set, critical damage main stat, but not an attack main stat, unfortunately. And then of course his banner, obviously accuracy with some solid attack and a little bit of speed. So that really, really helps him. Why does he need critical rate? Well, so he leads in with his A2, places a 50% increase attack and block debuffs, and then grants an extra turn. And then his A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% when booked 100% chance of placing 2 bomb debuffs that detonate after 2 turns, but then decreases the detonation countdown by 1 turn if this attack is critical. And the awesome thing about that is if you pair him with another bomb champion like a Geist the Gleeful who puts his bombs on first, if this guy crits, those bombs also get decreased to 1 turn cooldown. So all of a sudden, Geist the Gleeful's 2-turn bombs turn into 1-turn bombs, and then Lord Shazar's got 1-turn bombs, and then that champion's going to need 200k HP to survive the hit. So very, very cool. Insane damage. Also a really, really good damage dealer for Clan Boss, thanks to his A1. Attacks one enemy 3 times, damage increases by 15% for each debuff on the target. Really, really fun. I've been playing around. If you watch my Ronda video, I've actually pulled Ronda out and I put a second Lord Shazar in, and he's doing a lot more damage than her because I got so many poisons up. It also helps with the affinity because he's spirit, so he's the stun target, so I don't have to do any tricky stuff to try and make it all affinity friendly. So yeah, really, really, really fun there. As for any other champion builds, we've got my Lady Kimmy. She also does a lot of Hydra. The beautiful thing about Kimmy, you can put her in pretty much in any team and it makes it better. I've run her almost everywhere except for maybe speed dungeon runs because I've got a Kaimar and I've got an Acrisia. But yeah, Lady Kimmy, just absolutely insane. If you've got her, build her. If you've got 2 of her, build her. If you've got 3 of her, build her. Like, she's that good. I would build 3, maybe even 4 Lady Kimmys if I had that many, but I've only got 1. So I've made her as hybrid as possible with a Brimstone for Hydra. Her masteries come in with Eagle Eye, so I can get some more accuracy, which helps for, again, her build and also for Arena. And then her artifacts and her stats. Her stats are absolutely mental. 360 speed, 50k HP, 2900 defense, 2k attack, crit cap as well, 133% critical damage, nothing too special, but 415 accuracy, which is really, really, really cool. So yeah, she's a really good build. I'd love to get more speed on her, but unfortunately I just can't get an ascended boots to go into speed. They're always going into nothing good. Maybe I'll quickly show you speed, equipped. So I have rolled pretty much all my good 6-star speed boots, trying to get a speed substat, but I can't. You'll notice that this pair here with Warcaster does not have them on because they're the only boots that can go on Warcaster because that critical rate, I do need that for his build for Clan Boss. So I can't risk getting speed on them because then that'll ruin my speed tune, and even if I do, he still needs to wear those boots because I don't have any other 6-star boots with the double critical rate roll. It's a real shame because these boots would have been perfect for Lady Kimmy because they do have a double accuracy on the substats. But is what it is. You might go, hey, you're running her as your fastest champion, but you only got 2 speed sets on her. That's because my perception set's got a triple speed and a max roll on the helmet, and a triple speed and a +6 on the chest, which is absolutely brilliant. The other great thing about her is her base stats were really high, so running an accuracy chest on her, and then her base stats still come out at around 3k defense and 50k HP. Absolutely crazy, and that's with speed boots and critical rate gloves. Just an insane champion. So good base stats to build up. You might see I've got a Mortar Macabre here. I haven't built him, haven't booked him, of course. He's a recent acquisition, a recent build. I do plan to use him. If you got any suggestions on the sort of build for him, let me know in the comments. If you think he needs to be booked, also let me know in the comments. I haven't really looked into him too much. I just pulled him, and then in the Clan vs Clan I ranked him up to 60. So yeah, let me know what you reckon of him. I haven't really used him at all yet. So yeah, no masteries, no books, no gear as of yet. Jamesia, I've tried to play around with her a bit. She is an absolute monster with a hit, but she just happens to not fit into any of my teams, so it's quite disappointing. She is one of the best champions, but just not yet finding a great use for her, other than maybe Hydra, but my Hydra teams don't really need improvement as of yet. Other champions that I used there, so we had a Geist Gleeful. So he's in a single set stone skin with perception. He's coming in with 514 accuracy, definitely needs more resistance, 212 speed, 6.3k attack, and that's the thing, I could drop that attack and pick up some resistance. Be great for him. And then we also had my Kaimar for Arena. So this guy here came in with 313 speed, so just under Rhea Bone Spear, 563 accuracy. So with that accuracy accuracy buff, that comes up to around that 700-800, which is really solid. And then of course we had the other champions that I was running in. Where is she? Here we go. We got Umbral Enchantress. I originally built her for Hydra, and then I found out that I don't really need her for Hydra because I got so many other champions that I was able to use. Like, I'll get into those in a second. So I've gone with Umbral Enchantress with her double turn provoke, which is really cool. So it's a guaranteed provoke, unlike what's her name, Morley Tankard, which is just a chance. I've also got a cruelty on her. I think that was originally for a Hydra with her A2. I was just cycling her A2 as much as I can, so the cruelty helped there because it's an AoE hit. But yeah, so double provoke. So with her I've just gone with tons of accuracy, 659, decent speed, just faster than Lord Shazar. That's all that matters, and that's it. I didn't care about the other stats whatsoever. Just went accuracy, bit of speed, tiny bit of resistance, but I should actually build up a more resistance on her. If I'd done a bit of a resistance build on her, then that unkillable could never get stripped or anything like that, or she couldn't get debuffed, so that's a real good option. My Vogoth, of course, like I said, he is in a bolster set. He could still do with some upgrades and everything, but yeah, he comes out at 108,000 HP, so that's a healthy shield. That's a 10.8k shield, I think. Is that what bolster does? 10%? Protected 30%, sorry, 30%. Why was I thinking? Hero wears hero by 10% every turn. That's where I was thinking of it wrong. It's a protected 30% shield, so it's about a 30k shield, which is insane. Dead slow. I want him as slow as I possibly can. And the funny thing is that this here does work for Bommel, so which is really cool. And then lastly but not least, we'll show off my Ryan the Conjurer. Here she is. She's in the immunity set with some decent speed at 222, 613 accuracy, so really good there. A little bit of survivability stats, mainly on the defense rather than the HP, because she does get that 30k HP shield, and that's it. So thanks for watching this unexpectedly crazy long video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.